Once you have the roof structure built, you need to choose what roofing material you're going to cover it with. There are many different choices. This is a basic overview of the most common choices in residential construction. Wood shingles are made from cedar. They come in two types, shingles and shakes. Cedar shingles are pictured here. They're more uniform, have a flatter appearance when installed. Cedar shakes are split, which gives them a rougher appearance. They're also known as rough-hewn. They are less uniform in size and thickness and give the roof a more distinct look. Cedar is a very durable wood when exposed to the weather. At first glance, most people would think this would make for an inferior roof, but cedar shingles and shakes, depending on the pitch of the roof, have a life expectancy of anywhere from 30 to 50 years. Wood shakes and shingles are not all that expensive to buy, but the installation is fairly labor intensive and drives the cost up. Most people that install them are looking for a distinct look and will pay the premium price. Asphalt is the most common roofing material you'll see. Asphalt shingles come in two general categories, 3-tab and laminated or architectural. 3-tab shingles look just like the name implies. They have 3 tabs. Laminated shingles are multi-layer shingles laminated together with an adhesive. They are much stronger and much more durable than a 3-tab, and in certain applications can last as much as 3 to 4 times longer. 3-tabs are slowly becoming a thing of the past. Their cheap initial price is normally offset by a slightly higher installation price as well as their short lifespan. 3-tabs life expectancy is anywhere from 15 to 25 years. Laminated shingles are from 30 years all the way up to 100 years. Laminated shingles have expanded into several different categories. Originally, a shingle was meant to give the impression of a cedar shake. Now you'll see shingles with diamond patterns, tab patterns, zigzag patterns. It's all about what the homeowner wants. You won't see too many ceramic roofs in this area simply because they lend themselves to a certain style of building that we just don't use up here. Also, our icy winters and summer hailstorms can really wreak havoc on these types of roofs. Originally, these shingles were made similar to the way a clay flower pot is made and were very susceptible to breakage, but now with different techniques of making them, they've become more popular and wider ranges of use. Concrete has become a popular alternative to clay, so has plastic and PVC. Still, these types are rare in this area just due to the style of house we build. If anyone's ever seen a tile roof on a ranch house with vinyl siding, they know what I'm talking about. It looks pretty silly. This is another one you won't see much of around here. It just doesn't normally lend itself to the style we build, and I'm not 100% sure if it's even legal in the US to actually put on a residence. It's more popular on outbuildings in tropical areas, but a lot of bars and restaurants like to use it inside to add character. Real grass doesn't last very long when left out in the sun, so most of the times when you see a thatch roof, it'll be synthetic fibers made to look like thatch, normally nylon or polyester. Metal roofing is very popular on outbuildings and barns. 100 years ago, metal roofs were very common on houses, but dropped out of fashion with the advent of asphalt shingles. Metal roofs are making a comeback in the residential market. With oil prices driving up asphalt shingle prices, metal is becoming more attractive to homeowners. With the new paints and fastening systems being used, metal roofs, their lifetimes have been greatly increased. Many new styles of metal roofs have become popular in the last few years. Ironically, one style of metal roof gaining popularity in the last few years is asphalt coated metal shingles. They're metal pieces shaped like laminated asphalt shingles and then coated in an asphalt and rubber compound, so it looks like a asphalt roof. So go figure. Next is slate. Slate is considered the ultimate roof. It's tough, long lasting, extremely long lasting, beautiful, and very expensive. Its slate is a volcanic rock and is made up of layers. When impacted, it splits along the layers and will have a very smooth face. The old black chalkboards that they had a long time ago were made of slate. High quality pool tables are made of slate. Slate is very expensive and very time consuming to install, but in the right situation can last seemingly forever. Many old castles in Europe still have functioning slate roofs on them. Since slate is so hard, it is also brittle and can be damaged by falling debris such as large tree branches or large hailstorms. New materials called faux slate have become very popular. These are generally made from cement or rubber. These roofs look wonderful too, but don't have the life expectancy of a real slate roof. Concrete and cement absorb water and can break down after enough exposure, and rubber degrades in the sun. Slate installation is very expensive, customized work. Most roofing companies will not install slate, so you'll need to hire a specialized contractor, which will drastically increase the price. Also, slate and concrete roofs are very heavy and require extra support in the structure itself. So usually the house will either have to be reframed or framed from the start with the plan for a slate roof. This is a church with rubber roofs, and they put a design in there. Finally, I want to touch on flat roofs just a bit. I don't want to spend too much time on them because they're more suited towards commercial and industrial buildings, but there is some you'll run into in residential buildings. The two common ones you'll see in residential are rubber roofs, or EPDM, and PVC. Both systems are similar, with one single ply layer being installed. The difference is EPDM is much cheaper, but the seams are glued together, and PVC is a lot more expensive, but the seams are welded together with a heat gun. When properly installed, both work just fine. A rather new system that is quickly becoming more popular is SPF systems, or sprayed polyurethane foam. This foam is similar to the stuff you buy in a can at the hardware store, but it's not totally the same. It's slightly different in its chemistry and makeup. The stuff in the store is called open cell foam, meaning the tiny bubbles or cells share walls with the cell next to them. Each bubble the outer wall is waterproof, but once it's cut, water can infiltrate inside and eventually leak through the stuff you buy in the store. The stuff used on spray foam roofs is called closed cell, where each bubble is self-contained and doesn't share walls with the bubble next to it. This makes this type of foam perfect for waterproofing, because if there's a cut or dent in the outside, the water is a lot less likely to make it all the way through and make it to the roof itself, the roof deck. Each bubble SPF roofs also add insulating value to the roof and aren't prone to condensation problems of other roofs. This means no attic ventilation is necessary. SPF is not the be-all end-all though. The foam will be broken down by UV rays, so it must be protected with a polymer coating, which requires semi-annual maintenance to provide its maximum service life. The nice thing is any damage to the roof can be easily fixed either by a reapplication of the polymer coating or another layer of foam. And that's it.